Prime Minister Narendra Modi met with US Vice President Kamala Harris just a few hours ago, discussing the COVID-19 situation in their respective countries, including the ongoing effort to contain the pandemic through expedited vaccination effort. Both leaders also exchanged views on recent global developments, including the one in Afghanistan, which is now ruled by Taliban. Take a look at this report of what really happened in that very interesting and significant meeting.
Hard-nosed diplomacy,
the climate crisis,
fond remembrance of a shared background, and a tour of the Eisenhower Tower. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's first meeting with US Vice President Kamala Harris, who traces her roots to India, was hectic and filled with optics. The two leaders addressed the media jointly.
About the pride.
Kamala Harris began by lauding India's decision to restart Vaccine Maitri, the mission to export vaccines to low-income countries.
On COVID-19, our nations have worked together. Early in the pandemic, India was a vital source of vaccines for other countries.
India's phenomenal vaccination drive too caught the United States Vice President's eye.
It is of particular note and admiration that India, I'm told, is currently vaccinating approximately 10 million people a day as of today.
In the backdrop of Taliban takeover in Afghanistan, Kamala Harris stressed on the need to work together to strengthen democracy.
As democracies around the world are under threat, it is imperative that we defend democratic principles and institutions within our respective countries and around the world.
Kamala Harris also remembered her Indian connection.
I know from personal experience and from my family of the commitment of the Indian people to democracy and to freedom and to the work that may be done and can be done to imagine and then actually achieve our vision for democratic principles and institutions.
Prime Minister Modi thanked the United States for extending help during the second COVID wave.
जब भारत कोविड की दूसरी लहर से बहुत ही पीड़ित था, बड़ा संकट था, लेकिन उस समय जिस प्रकार से आत्मीयता से आपने भारत की चिंता की, जो शब्द व्यक्त किए और जो सहायता के लिए हाथ बढ़ाया, इसके लिए मैं फिर एक बार हृदय से आपका आभार व्यक्त करता हूं।
Prime Minister Modi emphasized on supply chain resilience, an area of interest for both countries given the global economy's dependence on China.
सप्लाई चेन की मजबूती, नवीनतम टेक्नोलॉजी और अंतरिक्ष जैसे क्षेत्रों में आपकी विशेष रुचि है। यह क्षेत्र मेरे लिए भी विशेष प्रायोरिटी के हैं। इन क्षेत्रों में हमारे बीच सहयोग बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण है।
The PM hailed Kamala Harris's historic election victory, describing her elevation to one of the most powerful positions in the world as an inspiration to many.
आपका उपराष्ट्रपति के नाते चुने जाना अपने आप में एक बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण घटना है, ऐतिहासिक घटना है, और आप पूरे विश्व के में बहुत से लोगों के लिए प्रेरणा स्रोत है।
Prime Minister Modi closed his statement by inviting Kamala Harris to India.
भारत के लोग भी चाहेंगे कि भारत में आपकी इस ऐतिहासिक विजय यात्रा को सम्मानित करें, आपका स्वागत करें, इसलिए मैं आपको विशेष रूप से भारत आने का निमंत्रण देता हूं।
That wasn't all. After the official engagements, Kamala Harris was seen giving a tour of iconic Eisenhower Tower situated west of the White House. With Geeta Mohan in Washington, D.C., Bureau Report, India Today.
And just a short while ago, our Foreign Affairs editor Geeta Mohan, who is in Washington, D.C. presently, sent us this ground report. Geeta, about the highlights of the Modi-Kamala meet that she mentioned. Listen in.
Well, it was an interesting meeting, a lot of anticipation in terms of what to expect from the meeting. But it turns out that Vice President Kamala Harris and Prime Minister Narendra Modi focused on bilateral, regional and global issues more than anything else. Yes, there was a clear statement that democratic values need to be respected and honored, and that was a message not just for countries that have been disrespectful but also aimed at Afghanistan. More importantly over here, the conversation on COVID was very interesting because the kind of cooperation and help that was extended by India to the US, and now also looking at appreciation with regards to India starting exporting of vaccines again, is something that went down very well both in Washington DC as also in New Delhi. But more importantly, it's the regional security and global security scenario that was of prime importance, and China certainly a part of the conversations when it comes to securing the Indo-Pacific. These are key areas when it comes to India and the United States of America, and the tone and tenor certainly set for the meeting, the big meeting between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and President Biden, as also the Quad Summit that is going to focus and discuss the Indo-Pacific region containing China, but more importantly, it's not just containing China and Chinese aggression, also looking at resilient supply chain to ensure that India is a key part of a global supply chain where countries are not fully only dependent on China.